Hello and welcome to the Dark Mount video review for Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Breakdown. Breakdown is awesome. I really love all of the Stunticons. Dragstrip was a little bit of a letdown, that's why I kind of picked up with him first, but all of the rest of them are like pure gold. Gold. So he is a kind of a bone-ish color. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two, but this is kind of a cream, very light off-white. Looks very nice. He doesn't have a lot of paint on him, but he's got some blue detailing around the rim here and the red on here. His thingy, this is very strange because it's like reflective, and then if you have it at the wrong angle, it like suddenly just looks like it's totally solidly purple. And then if you look again, it like becomes not purple. It's really kind of weird. I do a double take a lot and frequently think that it's like it fell off or something. And then it says 15 Racing. I did not have the Stunticons growing up, G1 or D2, so I'm guessing that this is some kind of reference to a sticker that was on the G1 toys or something, maybe, I don't know. His undercarriage isn't terribly bad. You can definitely see his hands, but that's about it. Crotch, I guess. Yep. So he's a good looking car. He rolls okay. Again, can't really tell from looking at the wheels because it's on this surface, but all of his wheels make contact and he rolls all nice and stuff. I will, during transformation, I'm going to point something out up in here for people who are having issues getting him to roll flat. He comes with this little swordy gunny kind of situation thing. I guess it's a gun this way and a sword this way. Who knows? Can plug in right on the side here, like so. I guess theoretically you could also plug it in up here, but why would you do that? What's wrong with you? His little foot handgun thing can plug up here, like so. But again, why would you do that when you have a better option? And the better option is using this little peg on the butt right there, and then folding this down, and these two little notches are gonna fit in with these two little notches. And you get baby nachos. No. And then it sticks to the roof of the car, and it looks a little more integrated. A little bit more. Tiny bit more. Like so. Here he is with the Fans Project version. Obviously, like, massive size difference. Transforming this guy is pretty simple, but first I want to touch on a small thing right here. So the way that this works is that this front flap folds down, and you can see his head is actually folded up in there. And to start the transformation, you need to separate this whole roof thing, and I found the easiest way to do that on all of these guys is to just press right here, and it kind of pops it up. And then this thing folds up like that. And his head should face backwards like that and be at a 90-degree angle on this thing right here. And then when it folds up, it should fold up behind this little peg hole like that. And then this will sit nice and flush. And then all of this will sit a decent deal lower than the wheels. So you'll have enough clearance like that. Anyway, so fold this back like this. And then I have found that it's easiest to take both of these and kind of pull like that. And what that does is it disconnects these two things that plug into the arms on the sides. It also allows you to swing the legs down. And then you can disconnect this, and this little section is going to swing up and fit into that slot right there. Like that. And then the hips start down like that. You just want to press them up. Fold down the heels, fold down the toes. Fold out the arms, just one click. And then come back to what we were talking about before. Fold this all down like that. And you want to make sure that this little groove right there fits on to the top of this thing right there. And you want to make sure this back thing is all the way collapsed and then fold it in. And then these two holes are going to peg into these two pegs right there. And then you want to fold these two bits in like that, and that locks all the thing up. Then you can whip his head around, and there you have him in his robot mode. He can obviously wield his sword or gun. I'm going to go ahead and give him the sword. I like melee weapons. Guns are boring. Although, he does have his giant hand-foot gun thing, so that's cool. He is able to undersling it, which I much prefer to the other guys. I think that looks much better. Still kind of really ridiculously oversized and silly looking, but it's not like hollow at least, which is a plus. You also have the option to attach it back here if you would like. It does make him a little bit back heavy, but he's totally able to handle it. And I believe what they have people doing on the new Sunstreaker mold that's coming out is putting it back like that to replicate the G1 engine thingamadeelies. So you have multiple options, but I actually don't mind it when he's holding it underhanded like this. So your mileage may vary. Here he is next to the Fans Project version. Obviously much more like anime type proportions on Fans Projects versus the more G1 blockiness that this guy's going for. Both have the Oompa Loompa face though, that's always fun. Articulation for Breakdown is pretty decent. His head is on a ball joint, and it's relatively expressive. He doesn't get a lot of up and down movement, and I mean I guess it's not really that expressive. It doesn't feel very limited, but it doesn't do very much either. His arms are on ball joints, but this door panel kind of gets in the way. It's some posing. He has a double jointed elbow with a ball joint and a swivel, and no hand articulation. He has rip rotation, hip rotation, and then also these kind of weird hip things. He's got a pretty decent knee, about 90 degrees, and kind of a little bit of articulation on both the heel and the toe because of the way that this stuff works. And he has a pretty decent looking head sculpt, at least I think. He looks pretty cool. So Breakdown is definitely one of my favorites in the Menasor Combiner Wars group. His blocky aesthetic really works for me, and his kind of like come at me bro attitude that he's got going on. I mean, he just has a posture about him that just really works for me, and I think does a really good job at walking the line between being a solid G1 homage and being a nice Generations update. So I think this guy hits all the good points. Definitely certain people are gonna be unhappy about his hollow legs, but I don't need to go into that whole spiel again. It doesn't bug me, really not very visible, and it's a robot. So I highly recommend this figure. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.